Imagine reading the headline, Susan Dey bikini photos spark outrage, too bold even for adults. Take a look, while simultaneously experiencing a mixture of astonishment and curiosity. You begin to question what might make a straightforward bikini picture so surprising that people are still discussing it. Is there a deeper issue with our perception of women in the spotlight, or was the image the main source of the outrage? You won't be able to look at those headlines the same way after you hear the whole tale, so stay with me to the very end of this video. Even though millions of people were watching her on screen, Susan Dey was initially recognized as the gentle, endearing celebrity who appeared almost bashful in front of the camera. Her soft style, fresh visage, and ability to infuse passion into every part won her admirers. However, the media started to view her differently as she grew older, and her image shifted from that of the girl next door to that of an adult lady. Gradually, the attention shifted from her acting and skill to her physique, her attire, and every picture that was taken of her either on vacation or in private. Some people reacted as though the world had completely changed when pictures of her in a bikini began to surface. They said that images were not right for adults, too bold, and too revealing. They talked as though a swimsuit-clad woman on the beach was a social danger. But take a moment to consider that. How many times have we seen men without shirts in magazines, movies, or on the beach without anyone calling it a scandal? The controversy surrounding Susan Dey's bikini pictures reveals more about people's prejudices and anxieties than it does about her. In actuality, the pictures just showed a woman lounging, going about her life, and dressing like the millions of individuals who spend their days by the lake. However, the response was more intense since it was Susan Dey, a celebrity that many had elevated to a pure status. The fact that the child celebrity they had previously perceived as innocent was now an adult lady in charge of her own image was something that some people found difficult to comprehend. Her bikini came to represent not just her physical appearance but also her maturation, transformation, and refusal to remain stuck in the past. Media outlets and magazines took advantage of this conflict. They were aware that no one would rush to read a headline like Susan Dey enjoys a day at the beach, which is calm and honest. They increased the drama as a result. They used phrases like outrage, too bold, and leave little to the imagination to evoke strong feelings in you. Even if they secretly relished the attention and money the headlines generated, they put the pictures on covers, repeated them in stories, and pretended to be startled. You'll see how this type of pressure impacts the person at the center of it all in the next section, so keep watching. There was a real person behind those photos who never requested to become a scandal. Susan Dey had to bear the consequences of those assessments. People pretended to know her everywhere she went simply because they had seen a picture of her. Few people took the time to consider how she truly felt. Some thought she was too daring, while others thought she was too perfect. Imagine attempting to lead a typical life when everyone is debating your swimming suit. Your sense of security, tranquility, and even your self-perception can all be impacted by such strain. However, there is a subtle power in the way she dealt with it. Susan Dey did not yell back at her detractors while standing on a stage. She didn't live her life outlining every decision. Rather, she opted for quiet and distance, allowing her deeds to speak louder than the chatter. She demonstrated how maintaining your dignity, defending your personal space, and refusing to let other people's outrage define who you are can sometimes be the best response to unfair attention. I appreciate you sticking with me until the very end if you are still watching, as it shows that you are interested in the actual story rather than just the title. What do you think now? Were those pictures really too bold, or was the outcry merely a ploy to create drama? Let me know in the comments. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. You won't want to miss any of the next untold tales and secret facts about your favorite celebrities.